How's it, guys? Welcome to episode 5 of the NFT Show.
What's up? I'm ready for another episode, Philip. I'm excited about
M-
this one.
Me too, my brother. Just keep churning them out, right?
Exactly. Yeah, there's so much content every day. There's something new coming out with in the NFT world. So there's always something to cover, and we'll be here for everyone to cover it all and give our piece on it.
For sure. There's definitely no lack of content, that's for sure. Tonight, we're going to go through a more basic entry level newbie NFT video. Guys who are new to the space, thinking of getting into the space. So basically, we're going to be looking at a comprehensive guide of the programs and the apps and the things that you need to get started with NFTs. So the first thing I want to talk about is Discord. I did touch on it on a previous show, but I want to go deep dive into Discord and show you guys what it's about. So first things first, if you want to download your Discord, you'll go to, sorry about that, discord.com if you're on a PC, and you're going to say there, is it showing?
Yeah, we got it.
Download for Windows, and that will download it on a PC. If you've want it on an iPad or your phone, you just go to your app store and download it there. Just search for Discord, and then this is what Discord looks like. You'll see on the left-hand side are all my different projects. There's Board Bunny. I'm trying to get some sort of updates there. And then here you've got our show, the NFT show. And I've grouped it by folders. So if I open a folder, there's all my different Discords that I'm a part of. And you can see them all on the left. So you then go into one that you want to look at. This is Nanoverse, a recent collection, a very cool collection. And if you look here, this is a typical Discord. You'll see here there's usually server stats on the top left. And it's telling us that there's just under 23,000 people that have joined this Discord, of which 6,500 are currently online. Their Twitter following is 87,000. Then you've just got the rules, which is standard for every channel. Collab land, which is basically once you have bought a Nanoverse NFT, if you want to show this Discord that you own it, you would connect your wallet by clicking here. It's completely safe to do, and it will open it in your browser, and that will show the Discord that you are holding a Nanoverse NFT, and that will unlock certain channels in the Discord that you wouldn't be able to see if you weren't holding it. If you look here, it says Nano Fam. So these announcements, specifically alpha reports, all of this are channels that are unlocked because I've connected my wallet to Collab Land and shown them that I do own their NFT. But even if you're not connected, you'll have a view of their announcements. And this is really what I check every day for every single Discord that I'm a part of. I have a look at the announcements, and usually if there's a new one, it will be in bold, and there'll be a little 1 here or 2. And that's just the latest stuff about it. But you see, you've also got general stuff about the project, FAQ section here, black box FAQ, because this project is very famous for giving once a week. They give all their holders a black box that have different things in it. The giveaways channel, also something that I check very, very often. Have a look here. Did I win anything? Is my name here? No, didn't win anything.
Too bad. Dang.
Yeah, man. Have to check the next Discord, right?
Exactly.
The important thing on every channel is the official links, especially for a project that hasn't minted yet, because this is where you would find the official website, and always only use links from these official links channels. There's so many scams that have been that when you're in the Discord, somehow someone's able to impersonate a mod or the founder, and they can put a mint link in the general chat. That's not correct. Always only use official links, especially when you're minting. But you'll see here's their website. Always good when I'm looking into a project. You do want to check out their website also. So we'll go through to their website over here. And while it's loading, I'll just take you back. Then you've got their latest tweets. So you don't have to be on Twitter. You just follow it here. And here's all their latest tweets. Their roadmap, which we're actually going to cover tomorrow. When you're buying a new thinking of buying into a new project, the roadmap is very important to look at. Sneak peeks, so that was obviously before they dropped, but now they've dropped, so that's not as important. Everyone knows what they look like. The team, and what's nice here is you can see that they are actually real people. It's a basic necessity, in my opinion. Someone there. Nice thing about here is you also get alpha talks, which is basically people, if they've got alpha like information that no one else has, or they think no one else has, they're talking about different collections here. You've got alpha reports, which is from Nanoverse. So I can't write here, but they do, and they give you different tips on different projects that they think might be worth looking at, and a whole lot of different stuff. So really and truly, like everything in culture is just art, and you can talk about music, you can talk about education, photography, different games and game events. They've got a channel here about fitness, and basically every project will choose what channels they want to have in their Discord. But this is really their identity, and this is really where you get the first information on a project that you're a part of. And just to jump back here to the website, you always want to check a website of an upcoming project as well. And you'll see again, here's the roadmap. So sometimes the website's more updated and sometimes Discord's more updated. So I typically will look at them both together. I'll look at it if I'm thinking of buying into a new project, I haven't heard of it. Let's just say I've seen it on Opensea. I love the art of it, and that's all I know. I like the look of it, right? But I don't really want to spend 1 ETH on a JPEG art. So I want to see the team behind it. I want to look at their website and their Discord as my first port of call. And then I move on to their Twitter and other things like that, which we're actually going to cover in detail tomorrow. So that's a brief overview of Discord with a bit of a deep dive into a single Discord, Nanoverse's Discord here, and just showing you where to get it from, and and how important it is if you're looking at buying into a project.
Yeah, I think it really is important to get involved in the Discords of any project you're looking at, because it really is the lifeblood of that project. That's where the community congregates and interacts with the founders and interacts with each other. Lots of different Discords I'm in, they do game nights, they do all sorts of things. And one thing you're going to want to look for specifically is the general chat. Find the general chat and just hang out, meet some friends, meet some really cool people in the space. And that's how Philip and I met, was in a Discord chat. So don't discount the tool that Discord is in terms of building a community and finding a community for yourself that you enjoy being a part of.
For sure. I'm just putting a message here in the general chat. We live on YouTube now doing a show about Discord. Let's see what response we get.
And
so we'll come back to that.
Depending on the projects too, you're going to see like really fast moving chats, and that's something that people often look for when they're looking for a new project, is how fast is this Discord chat moving? Is there people excited about it? Like, what's going on in the community? And that's a great way to check and see if that project is going to be a hit.
I also like to look at how many of the lead developers there, or the founder, how many mods or developers are there. If you come into a project and there's no leader and there's no mods online at all, and you're just seeing, well, here they've also got officers, and you're just seeing like verified holders, then that's also a bit of a red flag. So we'll come back afterwards and check if we get any response to our message in the general chat there.
So I'm going to move on to our next topic, which is Metamask. So what exactly is Metamask? This is your wallet, your Ethereum wallet, and everything that you do in terms of interacting with NFTs and the different websites to mint your NFT, or Opensea to purchase your NFT. It's majority of it is all done through a Metamask wallet. So Metamask itself is a browser add-on or plugin, but you can also download it as an app on your phone. It's really simple steps. You just hit download now, and it will take you through the steps. And one thing that you're going to have to make sure it's actually going to, I already have a wallet created, so I'm not going to go through those steps, but once it's created, it's going to give you a 12-word seed phrase. Do not show this to anyone. Don't write it down on a piece of paper and put it away in your safe. This is the keys to the Lamborghini when you're talking about your MetaMask. This is how you access and verify that you are the owner of that wallet. And if somebody gets a hold of that, they can get in there and do whatever they want to do to it. So take that seriously. This is when you're using MetaMask, you're taking your personal finances into your own hands here. There's no custodial wallet held onto by a third party that you can call and talk to when you get hacked or whatever. So if you get hacked, I shouldn't say when, if you get hacked, or if you lose your seed phrase or something like that. So you do have to take this a little bit seriously. So yeah, it's fairly simple. Once it's added on as an extension, I'll just share my screen right here. So you can see I don't keep all my Ethereum in this wallet for that specific reason. I don't want to have all my eggs in one basket, but you can see it's an add-on. You can connect this wallet to any website to interact with a dApp website rather. So a decentralized app. So a minting website. You interact with those websites, and that's how you can mint. You can see here I did a mint on December 1st for 0.0666. So yeah, it's pretty simple. You can buy Ethereum straight from the MetaMask. You can send your Ethereum to different wallets, and you can also swap that ETH for other cryptocurrencies. And up here, you can see this is your wallet address. That's how you interact with this. This is your wallet that you can send any crypto to. I could send this wallet address to Philip. He could send me ETH. He could send me an NFT, and then I could send him an NFT or an ETH back and forth. So this is how you interact with it, just with your wallet address. Yeah, and like I said, it's on your phone as well. You can get the app on your phone, so you don't have to be on the web browser. It's safe, secure, and one of the easiest wallets to use. Most popular as well, I would say. So
yeah, and I think also, when you do click on something, it always asks you for your signature. So you want
yes,
to always, which is just a click basically, but you always want to make sure that you've asked it to do something and that you are clicking what you've asked it to do, because there are times that if you're not careful there, you might get two notifications when you're only supposed to get one, and very rarely, you could be hacked or something to that effect. So you've got to be very careful with it. As Morland said, you've got to you taking this is your responsibility to keep that seed phrase. Never give it to anyone. Never, no one will ever ask it from you. It's almost like your password for your internet banking. And also, when you do go to the website or download the app, it's very self-explanatory with how to create an account. It's not complicated. You'll create an account, and then the next step would be to move cryptocurrency into that account. So you then use something like a Luno or Coinbase to move money from either your bank account or your credit card into the MetaMask address that you have.
And depending on your region, you can actually purchase right within MetaMask from your bank account. But that does sometimes cause some issues because banks don't like when you buy crypto. So they try to block the purchases. I've had it a few times where I've tried to top up my wallet, and I'm just buying straight from my personal bank account, and it gets blocked. Nothing goes through. I have to call my bank, tell them, yeah, it's me. I'm just trying to buy some Ethereum, let it go through, and then they'll let it go through. But that depends on your region, I believe. Not everyone can purchase right from their bank account. But like you said, Coinbase, Binance, KuCoin, all these different exchanges. You just take that. Your address, your wallet address, copy it from up top here, and then connect it into Coinbase. That's where you want to send the money. Boom, you're done. It's pretty straightforward. Everything just clicks and connects.
So. All right. So now you've got your Metamask wallet. You've been to the website and the Discord of the project that you're thinking of buying in. You've also been to their Twitter, which we'll also cover. And now basically you want to go onto Opensea. So Opensea, the best way I've heard it explained is the eBay of NFTs. It's where you're going to buy projects that have already been minted. Yesterday, we discussed about minting an NFT and how to do that from contract. And that's for projects that haven't yet been launched or are soon to be launched. When a project has been launched, any of the big names in the news like Mutant APR Club, Board APR Club, Cool Cats, all of those have obviously already been minted out, and you would then come to OpenSea. So this is the address here, opensea.io. And you'll go there, and you'll see if you just look at the front page, it's telling you notable drops. Let's look. Oh, let's do the motorcar one. Which one would you have chosen?
I was just curious what that the one on the left was there. I'm not really sure what they were going for.
Look, this is a bit of a strange one, this Reactor Motors. It's a My Pet Hooligan. It's a project that I love, and I've got experience with it. So I find this project, My Pet Hooligan, and I first of all want to make sure that this is the legitimate page. Now, often a project will have a tick like I showed you yesterday over here being verified. This one does not. This does not necessarily mean that this is not the official My Pet Hooligan page. It is actually. There is a delay sometimes in OpenSea giving collections that blue tick, and sometimes for whatever OpenSea's reasons are, they don't give that blue tick. I'm sure My Pet Hooligan will get it. It's a relatively new project, but it doesn't for now. So I'm a bit concerned if I'm a newbie. I don't see the blue tick. That must be a red flag. So I want to see who it's created by. So here it's created by AMGI, which I know that it is. And if you look on this page, looking at the floor price and the fact that there's been transactions, a lot of transactions at 0.75, 0.85, and there are so many created, that gives me a bit of comfort. I then also go back to the page here. I can see 7,500 ETH traded. You're not going to see more than 1,000 ETH with the best scam in the whole world. So if you see 7,500, that's a good thing. You also see there's 8,900 items here. Usually you won't see that many if it's a scam. And you can also see the unique owners of those 8,900. There's 5,200 people who own at least one of them. Some of them will own two. Now, when looking at a new project, you typically want to see 50% here. So 4,500 at least. So they've got close to a 60% owner distribution. These are not hard. Yeah, it is. These are not hard and fast rules. There's some really great projects that will maybe only have a 30% to begin with, and that changes in time. But generally speaking, you do want to see at least 50% here, especially if it's one of your first NFTs. Basically, if you see less than that, it means that there might be a couple of wallets that are holding hundreds or even thousands, and at any stage, if they wanted to, they could sell all of theirs and bring the price down. Whereas if you have a 60%, 50 to 60 to 70 to 80% owner distribution, you need all those people in cahoots to do the same thing, which sort of gives you a bit of a buffer against wild swings, right, of the price. Then the nice thing about OpenSea, you've got your collection here. You'll see the ones with a pinkish purple thing is something called WETH. You can convert ETH to WETH, and this is for putting offers in. So it's an auction. It's not a buy now. And we'll actually do another show completely on that. But for now, we're just focusing on buy now. So if I click under buy now here, it only shows me what's available to purchase immediately. So first thing I see here is the amount of items for sale. So that's actually quite a reassuring number, because if you think about it, there's 8,900 total NFTs and only 1,291 of them are for sale. So I like that. That's quite a good number. The lower that number is, the better. And then I can look here, the cheapest one, which is called the floor one, and this is what's giving you that floor price that we saw on the previous page, is 1.1 ETH. And then as you go up, you see the different prices over here. Now, let's say I want a floor one. I'm going to just click on it. I'm going to just open it in a new window for you guys. Again, here we can see as part of that collection, that's who the owner is. And if we wanted to buy now, we would literally click here. I'm not going to actually do it, but I just want to show you so you can know what to expect. Close your eyes, ETH. I'm joking. It's just stars. I have to log in. I've clicked buy now. Let's just do this.
So that guys is connecting your MetaMask wallet. What Philip just did there is he connected his wallet to Opensea so he can then interact with the contracts and potentially purchase this NFT.
100%. Well, someone has actually just taken it.
Oh, wow.
Off the floor.
You literally just, wow, that was fast.
Yeah, because if you look here, the difference between 1.1 and 1.18 is 0.07. That's a substantial difference. Straight away, the floor price is now going to be 1.18. If we refresh, let's check if sometimes this lags behind on Opensea. It can take, you see now it's showing 1.1, even though we know that this one has been sold. But if we refresh in a few minutes again, it will now be showing 1.18. But let's use this guy as an example. We look here and we look at the properties, and this is what makes up, these are the attributes of it that make up the rarity of the item. So you can see 1% of them have this, what's called femme pink, the color. That's the fur. And 1% have the cipher suit, this suit over here. So it might be a good idea to see what the floor is for NFTs of those particular attributes. So I've just opened in a new window, one for femme fur. Again, these are bids, so I'm just going to sort both of these by now.
This is one of my favorite things to do. Go on Opensea and just pick the attributes I like and basically build your perfect NFT and see how much it's worth, and maybe I can buy it.
So exactly. So, I mean, if you look here, that guy who just bought it for 1.1 seems to have gotten quite a good deal. There was a big difference between his price and the next one for sale. And if you look here, the cheapest one for sale with this pink femme fur is 1.36. All right. And if we look here on the shirt, the cheapest one with the shirt that's for sale is 1.55. So straight away, he's gotten, if the collection doesn't go down, he's gotten one that's worth more than what he paid.
Quite rare.
And if you look here, he actually just listed it for 2 ETH over here. So he knew that. If you look, that's 7844. That's the one that we were looking at here, 7844. We tried to buy it. It's now not for sale anymore. And he's quickly listed it at 2. So I think that's a bit high. I don't think he'll get that unless the collection goes up in value, which it very well might. But if I refresh it now, there we go. So he's just trying to flip this. He saw what we were seeing. And yeah, that's quite interesting to see it being bought and listed so quickly live.
Yeah, live in time. That's a really quick flip he's trying to go for, which is fine.
Yeah.
A lot of people are in the game to do that.
I mean, he could have even just, obviously he's working off the shirt attribute where the floor was 1.5. But if he wanted to really flip it quickly, he could just put it in for 1.49 and that would be sold pretty quickly because the floor on those was 1.5. But I've closed that.
Maybe they paid a fortune in gas and they're just trying to make, you know what I mean? Like when they bought it, what did they buy it at? 1.3 or something?
No, so 1.1. 1.1 and gas is 150. Okay. So at most he paid 0.02 for gas at the very most. Yeah. So I mean, there he saw the traits, and so that's quite exciting. So that's how you go in a collection. Now another thing you want to look at is how many have to sell in order for this to increase in price, and that's we call it the floor is thin. And here the floor is quite thin because from 1.1 to almost 1.4 is only 16 NFTs. Well, it's actually another line there. So what's that? 24 NFTs. and then you can see it carries on. You can also, on the left-hand side here, you can say how many are for sale between 1 and 2. In other words, how many have to be sold for me to that's US dollar, sorry, for me to for me to double my investment. How many need to be sold? So let it load. We'll see. Okay, so there's 350 to double my investment. Now, if I'm thinking of buying another collection, maybe it's worth comparing that. Let's say that collection is 0.2. Search how many are for sale between 0.2 and 0.4 and compare. And then you can tell which floor is thinner, which is a nice thing to do. Another thing that I like to look at is the activity. So you click this tab over here. First thing I want to look at is sales, the actual sales that have gone through. Here you can see here's our guy that was sold at 1.1 6 minutes ago. And you can see that the sales are not that many. There's 1, 2 in the last 33 minutes, 2 the hour before that, 1. So sales are definitely slowing down. And this shows that as well. You can see on the 1st of January, there was 323 sales. On the 2nd of January, there was 150. Now, yesterday, 106. And today, so far, 55. So slowing down a bit. Interesting to see that the price hasn't dropped so much. That basically means that guys are buying in this collection. They're not just buying the floor ones. And there's an example of a rare one that someone paid an hour ago, 6.5 ETH. Someone paid 2 ETH there, 3 ETH over there, 4 ETH almost over there, and so on. Okay, so we want to see the sales. So there's actually not that many sales. And this is, in my opinion, a really good project, not financial advice. If we look here, listings, how many people are trying to list, and you can see here a lot. So for me, I like to compare sales to listing. Again, I want to look which are doing at the floor price. Here's one at the floor price, 1.2. Here's another one at the floor price 9 minutes ago, 1.1, another one near the floor price. So already we've got 3 people have listed in the last 10 minutes, but only 2 people have sold in the last half an hour, which means that this price, in my opinion, is going to be dropping in the next immediate future. And I wouldn't necessarily buy into this collection right this second. I would continue watching it, check back in a few hours, see what it is. So that's just looking at one project on Opensea. And I think what we'll do, ETH, is another day, what we'll do is a proper deep dive into Opensea, just Opensea, and dive really deep into it, everything you can think of. But for now, I think that gives you a good basic understanding.
I really liked that strategy you gave there of finding how you would double your investment, looking between the 1 ETH to the 2 ETH. And that's a really great strategy that I personally had never thought of. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing. And that's a metric that you can compare. Let's say I'm thinking of 3 different projects. I might want to buy a Lazy Lion. I might want to buy my Pet Hooligan. And I might want to buy a third one. Do that same metric on all 3 and see which one has got the thinnest floor to determine the thinnest floor side of it. And that gives you at least some guidance from that perspective. But again, looking at the activity and how many sales in the last 10 minutes or an hour, I typically want to see a few sales in the last 10 minutes if I want to buy, because then I know the price is going up, especially if there's not many people listing.
Yeah, there's a ton of data there that you can really sink your teeth into. So yeah, I think a deep dive is going to be needed. But my next topic here of places that you need to be in the NFT space is Twitter. Personally, I didn't have a Twitter account before I got into NFTs. I made my account specifically for NFTs. And I know a lot of other people that have done the same. But really, it honestly is the place to be. So mostly everyone knows Twitter. It's great for getting information very quickly. I've just got Hate Beast's Twitter up here just to kind of show what they've done with theirs and how people interact with it. But again, great place to interact. It's not as personal as Discord. You're not having one-on-one chats, but a lot of projects try and get hype built through Twitter. So when you're looking at new projects, you also want to take a look at their Twitter, see how many followers they have. So this is quite a lot. We've got almost 200,000 followers. You can their website, Discord, important links, and just see how they interact with their community, what kind of posts they're making, and is it worthwhile. And then another reason you should be on Twitter is actually to find people that know what the heck they're talking about. So following influencers. One of my personal favorites is Journey Crypto. He's a YouTuber, heavy into the NFT space, and he's got a lot of great information on that. And yeah, he'll drop breaking news. He has his own collection. Alex Becker is another great one to follow. So a really good tool would be to actually go find these people, the larger YouTubers, the big name people in the space, and follow the people they're following, because that's how they get their information, right? So if you're following who the big guys are following, you're going to get the information first. It's hopefully going to be accurate. And that's how a lot of different people have come to find projects, is just through Twitter. So cruise Twitter and find different projects that you like, interact with people that you think are influential in the space, and yeah, just sort of put yourself out there. It's been an interesting experience for me, not being someone that used Twitter for a very long time. I mean, I'm 31. I started my Twitter account at 30. So it's never too late. Get out there, start looking at different projects on Twitter, and start following some influencers to get the latest up-to-date stuff that you need to know.
Yeah, something I also like to do on Twitter when I'm researching a new project is, the followers can be bots. Not all of them, but a lot of them. They can bot you could have 200,000 people tomorrow. So when there is a post from a project, have a look at how many people are retweeting it. Have a look at how many people are commenting on it. Look at some of the comments and make sure that they make sense, because that's really a good research tool to see. So, I mean, here I can't see it as well.
So we've got this first tweet from 6 hours ago. Hate Beast tweeted. It has 1.9 thousand likes, 540 retweets, 263 comments. So it's gotten quite a lot of interaction. And
not a massive amount for a project with that many followers. Let's look at another tweet. If we go to the one above it and see if there's a bit more.
This is their pinned tweet. So their pinned tweet has 10.5 thousand likes.
Okay, so that's what you want to see.
Yeah. Yeah, you want a little higher number. They did a post 24 hours ago. This one's got 1.4 thousand retweets, almost 5,000 likes. So they've got a decent Twitter interaction, but this project, I think Discord is the where they're really pumping a lot of
and you get other projects where do most of their stuff on Twitter, so it is a good tool to have. Also, when Morland was saying that we should follow these influencers on Twitter, with Metamask and Ethereum, you can track every single transaction. So you can actually follow those same people's crypto wallet, and you can see what they're buying and when they're buying it. And we'll actually do another show where we feature that, because a lot of projects, when they're new launching, they will airdrop maybe 5 of their NFTs to a notable guy's wallet, so that people following his wallet think that he's bought that NFT, and then they ape into it. Everyone, Alex Becker just bought 5 of this. So we'll show you properly how to see whether he actually purchased it or whether it was airdropped, and how to follow people's wallets who are huge in the space. And there's a lot of names out there, and we'll go through all of them. So we'll do that on a separate show. The next thing I want to show you, especially for when you're coming to new collections, is Rarity Tools. Now, Rarity Tools is great if you're looking for an upcoming collection. If you are looking for something, this is just the very first step. Once you find something on here that you're looking at, we're going to take you through tomorrow exactly what to look for in each project, the team, the utility, the roadmap to really decipher it. But the first step, if you're not sure what to buy and you want to buy something that hasn't minted yet, is to come here and I would look for something that talks to you. There's Bored Bunnies. Oy.
Yeah, at
And
the
you'll
end of
see
the
now.
day, you're buying something that can be fairly illiquid. Like you may not be able to sell that thing. So it has to speak to you. You have to like the art. And yeah, like you said, go through and take a look and just find something that speaks to you and then do a little more research.
Yeah, so I mean, if we look here, here's Oxa Origin, which we actually covered in the Hyped Project show, and you can see it on our YouTube channel under the playlist. But here, let's say I like it. I can now go to their website, follow them on Twitter, look at their Twitter, sort of like we showed you, but we'll go deeper into that tomorrow. And then also join their Discord and see how I feel about their Discord. So this is a great place just to see upcoming projects. Then if you go here to all collections, it shows you the collections sorted by their total 7-day volume. I'll just go back to the homepage to show you properly. So it shows you most recent collections here. It shows you 7-day volume, the top collections in the last 7 days from a volume perspective, by total volume since all of time, since they were launched. A 7-day average price, the floor price in effect, averaged for 7 days, and the owner count, like we were saying, the percentage of owners compared to NFTs over here. So you can see all of that. Now, if I want to look at Mutant APR Club and I click on it, it's going to show me the entire collection ranked by rarity. Now, I can search for a certain number over here. So if I go to Opensea and I go here to Mutant APR Club, and now I'm thinking of buying, let's say, this floor one. I'm just going to sort by buy now. And if I look here, it's 12922. That's the NFT number, 12922. So if I put that number here and I say look up, it's going to show me that his rarity is 11,312. Now, how big is the collection? I think it's about 17,000. Yeah. So he's not a rare guy, but it tells you about him. It tells you his traits. Interesting, in Mutant Ape, you get M1s, which are the most common, M2s, which are rarer, and then M3s, which are very rare. So this is an M1. But I mean, you could also look here. This is the rarest Mutant Ape. It's not for sale, and that's the rarest one. I mean, all of these here are the one of ones where you use your serum.
Yeah, the Mega Mutant serums.
The ones going for $6 million. Yeah. So here's actually maybe your first one here. And it's listed for 222 ETH. It's number 11. So it's the rarest that aren't the serum ones. And you can just see here, if there was a floor price, and usually guys who hold this are not going to sell in a hurry, but there would also be a buy on Opensea if it happened to be for sale. So it allows you to check the rarity of any project you want. You can just go to all collections. We were looking at My Pet Hooligan. I don't know if it's on here yet. Yeah, there it is. So I could just type in My Pet Hooligan, come to this page, put in the item number that I see on Opensea, and be able to look it up. Then, another thing that's quite cool is you do get things that show you the rarity on Opensea directly, different plugins that you can get. So if I enable that plugin and then refresh this page, and we'll also go through an episode where we drop you all the links and show you all the different plugins that are worth doing. But if you look here, it loads the rarity directly on the page, on the Opensea page. So I don't have to jump backwards and forwards.
That's a nice feature. You're not going back and forth.
Yeah.
And if you are really looking to get like a rare NFT and you're not just worrying about a quick flip or something, this is a long-term hold for you. You love the art and you want something that's more rare. That would be a really good tool to have. Or at least use the Rarity Tools that we just showed and go back and forth. But is that a free plugin or
it's Rarity Ranks?
Okay. I haven't used that.
I think it is free. If I'm not mistaken, I got it from the Doge Pound. I think it's actually a Doge Pound project, but I do think
Okay.
it is free at the moment for anyone. So if I was looking to buy a mutant, just to finish off on the Opensea, I'm looking here. The floor price is 15. The one I would buy is this one, no doubt. Rarity 3,911. It's the rarest one by far, and it's 15.85. It's not that much off the floor price. If you look, all of these are above 10,000 rarity, except for that one, which was 9,000. And then the next closest one is a 6,000 rare. So really, the rarity doesn't really matter in the middle of this, anything plus 10,000, it doesn't really matter. But when you start getting on a 17,000 collection, if you start getting 3,500, even 4,500, is a bit rare. Obviously, if you could find a top 1,000 rarity on a 17,000 collection, that would be the best. But those are obviously going to be a lot more expensive. And the way to see them, if you don't know them, is just to go into the backgrounds here. You just go M2. M2s are a lot more rare. It's going to show you the floor price for an M2 at the moment is 20.5 ETH. So that gives you a bit of an understanding on Opensea. Definitely will take you through a lot more in the coming shows. But yeah, that gives you a bit of an understanding to anyone who hasn't seen Opensea before.
Yeah, and the Opensea Rarity Tools combo is a great one to do for sure when you're trying to do research and figure out your next moves. So my last topic that I'm covering is the lingo that you're going to have to know. When you get into that Discord, when you on Twitter, when you're diving into the NFT space, there's going to be a lot of acronyms and a lot of short forms and a lot of things, words that you have no idea what they mean. And we don't want you to be a noob in the community. We want you to come out there and know exactly what's going on. And
We don't want you to have any FOMO.
exactly, yeah, exactly. We don't want any. We don't want any FOMO. We don't want any rug pulls. We don't want any of that. So here's a quick list that we've compiled on our Discord that you should potentially take a look at. So links for Discord is in the description, but we've got all these great show library tools on the side, and then NFT lingo explained. So there's quite a few different terms here, and I'm just going to quickly go through a few just to give you a taste. So a lot of times you'll come into a Discord, like I said, and you'll just start seeing acronyms. GM, that just means good morning. How you doing? So everyone says it back, GM, 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 and the feed just gets filled. Some Discords even have a specific channel that's called Good Mornings, and people just go in and type GM. That's it. That's all it's used for, so they don't spam the general, but pretty basic there. WGMI, we gonna make it. So that's something that people within the NFT and crypto space have been saying to each other for a while. If it's a project that's gonna make it, or if you feel strongly about it, we're gonna make it. We gonna make it. NGMI is not gonna make it. So if a project has devs that aren't that are looking to dip quickly, or no utility, or just plain old issues with their contract, something like that, people might be saying this project NGMI, this project's not going to make it. OS, that's just short for Opensea. Gas, we explained that yesterday, but that's the amount of fee that you're going to be willing to pay on the ETH network to get your transaction through. Mint, we've said that a few times in past episodes and today. So minting is actually transforming your JPEG or whatever the NFT is into the NFT, putting the smart contract behind the putting the underlying smart contract behind that image, recording it on the blockchain, and now it's able to be traded and used as an NFT. Philip mentioned the floor price. So floor is the cheapest price for a piece in the collection. PFP is just short for profile picture, which is a lot of these different NFT projects right now. We've seen a bit of a transition from the profile picture stage, but a lot of these images, that's all it is just a profile picture. So FOMO, FOMO, fear of missing out. This one's huge. I feel it literally every single day in the NFT space. I'm so fearful of missing out on big projects, of hype mints, of grabbing that cheap floor price NFT. And a lot of times FOMO can bite you in the ass. It comes back around, and it doesn't pan out as you thought, but you have to keep that FOMO in check. OG is just an early adopter. A rug pull, that's just a scam. They've come and pulled the rug out from under you. DYOR, do your own research. That's something that's really important. Never take what I say or Philip says or anyone in this space as the gospel, as set in stone. You have to do your own research. We don't know if the project we're talking about is going to end up being a rug pull. It might look super hyped right off the start, and we might feel comfortable entering that space. You personally might not. So it's all based on your own personal risk tolerance. So do your own research. Aping in or aped. So aping in is taking a very large position in that collection. So I would be aping in and buying as many as I possibly can. You could also, some people might also call that degenning. FUD is FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. So that's people spreading FUD. People will come into Discords and often spread lies and misinformation about a project to make it not do as well for whatever reason.
When it's pre-mint,
Yeah.
often it's the opposite of FOMO.
Yeah,
basically.
Exactly, opposite of FOMO. So then shill, so people will be trying to convince you to buy a project, or you might be personally trying to convince somebody to buy into a project. What else here? Staking has become a very big topic in the NFT space. So staking means to basically temporarily lock up that NFT so that it can't be sold. You're holding that or showing off your diamond hands. And oftentimes the staking is rewarded. You're rewarded for staking. So whether the community rewards you through a token or through some other type of incentive, staking is a great way to maintain a solid floor price and maintain a committed community. WL, that's just whitelist. So getting early access to a project. Joining a Discord and getting active early on will often give you whitelisting in that project. And you could mint up to a day or two before the crazy public mint, and you can completely avoid a gas war. Just a few more. A pump is purchasing of large quantities, and it pushes the demand up, which pushes the price up. A dump is a sell-off. Everyone's dumping the NFTs, and the price starts to diminish. And moon. When moon? The moon is the ultimate goal. We're trying to get that the NFT price to the moon. So that's just a quick overview. There's a lot more in here in our Discord. Take a look and make sure that you're not left behind when you're in these Discords and on the Twitter space. And we want you to feel comfortable in the space, the NFT space. So that's why we created this.
Amazing. Cool. So yeah, come to our Discord. It's not intimidating. It's a very friendly place. Often when we're preparing for a show, we'll list the projects that we're preparing for in the Discord so that you'll actually get that information first. That's called alpha information. And yeah, it's a nice place. Just anyone's welcome. And we're there to answer questions and help you. So now, we've given you this brief overview, and you should be ready and equipped if you wanted to go and buy your very first NFT. As Morland said, take your time, figure out what you want to spend. At the end of the day, it's your hard-earned money on, and do proper research. Make sure it's a good project. Don't let FOMO make you buy 10 of something that ends up being a rug pull and leads to FUD, which takes the floor price down to zero. Don't allow that to be you, to use all the lingo that Morland just taught me. And yeah, also, if you're not in a rush, wait for tomorrow's show. Tomorrow's show is really going to be great because we're going to show you what to look for on a per project basis to be able to see whether there are any red flags. Again, Morland and I do not know the intentions of these people. If we knew a project was going to moon, which means do incredibly well, 100%, we would buy 1,000 of them, and we'd both be on a beach in the Bahamas. We don't know, but we can teach you what we've learned, and there are some blatant red flags. There's certain things that are typically always good for a project 90% of the time, and there's things that are always bad for a project 90% of the time. So we're going to take you through all of that tomorrow. We look forward to doing that. I did promise you an update on board bunnies from yesterday. So look, there is no concrete answer. Just to show you what happened. So if you look here, this was posted by someone. And if you look here, so first of all, the price to mint is 0.4. And so he bought two. So he bought two at 0.8. So nothing suspect in that wallet thing there. But straight afterwards, to the same wallet address, the rest of his Ethereum, or most of his Ethereum, was taken out. Now, the one side is saying that this is what happened. The other side, Board Bunny or the people speaking on their behalf, are saying that this guy doctored this image to try and bring FUD to the project so that it wouldn't do well. There was more than one report of it. A lot of alpha guys in the space, including a lot of Discords that I was a part of, said that this was a wallet drainer. That could have all been from one guy's tweet going mad, the one I just showed you, but you don't know. But it even appeared on Live Minting, a bot that shows you the minting stats, and that's very, very unusual. I've actually never seen Live Minting actually say do not mint a project. I don't know what information they had. I do know the project is under investigation. I have been in the Discord today, the Board Bunny Discord, which I'll show you. And the guy, I've closed the Discord and it doesn't open once I close it. I have to, but the guy's basically buried his head in the sand. So the community manager resigned publicly, and then the founder, Jeff, deleted the post, and he's pretending like nothing's happened. There's been no mention of this in the Discord at all. He's deleted any or banned anyone that mentions it. He's closed all the discussion channels. You cannot chat in general. You can't chat anywhere. And he keeps posting announcements every 2 or 3 hours showing the full price and we're going to moon and all of that. No mention whatsoever of what's going on. Now, to me, that doesn't sit well.
No.
Obviously, he knows what's been happening as far as the media goes. And if you've got nothing to hide, just acknowledge that this was rubbish or whatever. But the fact that it hasn't been addressed, and he's locked down all the channels, and that there's been no information from them. There's been nothing that they've been spammed or anything. They've just basically pretending like everything is fine. Now, the floor price when I last checked, and we can go look, was 0.6. So if you go here, something that I missed out that I'd like to show you. If you go on Opensea to rankings, you'll be able to see stats over here. You click rankings. You'll be able to see in the last 7 days what are the top collections on Opensea and whether they're slightly up or slightly down or very up or very down. So if we do it the last 24 hours, we'll definitely see Board Bunny there because there was a lot of trade that went on. So here's NFT Board Bunny, and you see there the floor price is 0.53. So it minted at 0.4. So people are obviously starting to be a bit worried. Usually, my personal view, my personal opinion, if there is a lot of smoke, and even if you're not sure whether that is the allegations or the accusations or the whatever are true or not is irrelevant. When there is that amount of doubt, and there's a lot of doubt at the moment, I would stay away. because the chances are that floor price is continually going to drop. You can use that 0.4 ETH to buy into projects like not Lazy Lines. I love Lazy Lines. We're going to talk about them. Coolman's Universe, which was 0.4 yesterday, is now 1 ETH, which I sold at 0.5. Or anything. There's many projects that you don't have that uncertainty about, that doesn't have the FUD that this project has, that is a safer bet. If you're a gambling guy and you think when and not if, when it gets down to 0.15, it's worth buying one just in case they resurrect it and there wasn't any truth to the rumors, then go ahead. But at half an ETH, it is, in my personal opinion, I would not go anywhere near this project, and I have not. I'm not saying that what has been said is true. I'm not saying it's not. I'm saying that the doubt itself is enough to make it that it's not going to do well, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. When there's smoke, there's usually fire, right? So,
and sometimes not. Sometimes not. It's just hard to know.
But at the end of the day,
thing,
it's a lot of money, and unless you love the artwork and all you want is to hold that bunny artwork JPEG,
yeah.
like, you have to consider that, because you're investing 0.4, well, now the floor is 0.5 ETH into a project that is kind of concerning. It's got a lot of these red flags, so you have to.
And there's enough
that.
projects. There's enough projects at that price that you don't have that concern with, that have been around for a while, or that the artist is a famous artist and he's revealed himself. I mean, I did look a bit more into the project, and we never featured it on our hype projects because when I looked into it, the team was not doxed. There was a lot of hype. But, when you go on their thing there, they've just got Twitter accounts all bored Jeff and bored this one. So they've created Twitter accounts recently. It's not their real accounts like my Philip Kalinko one. And I didn't think that there was a problem with it because it was so hyped, but I thought maybe 5% chance that this isn't the best one to breed the views, and I'm happy we didn't. So the bottom line, we're not 100% sure yet. We know they're under investigation. We know that all of the money that was made in the contract, and it was 2,000 ethereum, has been moved to different private wallets, which means they don't really have an intention of reinvesting that in the community in the short term. Maybe they're moving it into those private wallets to reinvest in the community privately. I don't know. But that, together with everything else, doesn't sit well with me. And the other thing that we saw yesterday when we looked at that gas live, they almost had as much gas used as Opensea for the entire day. Now, I don't know, I haven't seen that before. So again, a lot of doubt. Personally, my advice would be stay away, or invest at your own risk. And this one is 20 out of 10 risky.
20 out of 10. Yeah, definitely high risk.
Cool, guys. So that's your update on Bored Bunnies. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow. We're going to take you through the 7 things to look for when you're thinking of buying into a project. Morland, what do they have to do?
Subscribe, smash the like button, and make sure you comment. Let us know your thoughts. And yeah, guys, we love doing this every single day. It really helps us if you hit that like button and if you subscribe. And we're going to be here every day, Monday to Friday, bringing you the latest NFT news. Thanks for hanging out with us. Peace.
See you tomorrow. Thank you.